Hello and welcome to Never Proud. This is your evening debate, and today we're going to be talking about Liverpool Football Club winning the Premier League again, back to the top again after coming back from 1-0 down. Apparently, Liverpool are back. Jurgen Klopp is back. Salah staying. Everything is green, and Liverpool are great again. Mattheus Nunes to Man City, almost done. I think is on the way. And Chelsea in for Raphinha from Barcelona, the guy who scored 7 goals, 7 assists. And he's going to shift Sterling to the left, according to our friend Don, who likes Sterling, but he's going to shift him to the left because of Raphinha. But we're here with Tosin, of course, and Kunle, Arsenal fans. And they're smiling. How are you guys feeling?
What's up, guys?
Oh, yeah, now, my people, it's your dark-skinned man from the motherland. If you didn't know before, now tonight you go understand. I'm good, Mo, man. Nothing to be salty about.
I actually saw you doing that on what's the channel you go on, the dope channel you do over there?
Channel TV?
Yeah. And it wasn't with quite the same energy, I'm not gonna lie. Yesterday it was kind of like yeah, see, so when you send the link out, I really do go and support. I like the thing and I watch it, bro. And I thought, wow, he's not doing a full intro. Is it that bad?
Well,
one of the best intros. I think it's one of the best. To be honest, Conley, I think one of the best intros in
thanks, man. I appreciate it.
To be honest,
it was definitely better than Arsenal's performance on the weekend.
Your tongue out.
Yeah. Let's see. Listen, what do you guys want to start? Want to start with Liverpool?
Yeah,
No.
Apparently.
We want to touch on Arsenal first.
Liverpool's fine.
We want to touch on Arsenal just for about 10 minutes. Is that right?
Start with Liverpool.
That's the hot game right now, is it not? Isn't that the hot game?
Hold on. You don't want the smoke. You don't want the smoke.
Who's this guy? What's Mo become, man? What have you not created?
I blame Cass. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
We're talking about your club.
Actually, you know what? I don't care, man. Talk about Arsenal.
Liverpool.
What do you want to talk about us, bro? What do you want to say about us?
I want to talk about your manager. There's a lot of things going on in your club now. Gabriel wants out, apparently. Is he? Does he want out?
Not true.
Wait, are you asking us or are you telling us? Which one are you saying, bro?
I'm telling you.
He wants out, apparently. Is it true? How many questions are you going to ask?
No, just one question. Does he want out?
Not true.
No, he doesn't.
Why is he not playing?
A disciplinary issue.
Is that true? No,
So he wants out.
No. Hold on. Don't ask another question. Do you know? Is that true? No.
It's not a disciplinary.
I'm not going to do a Don like I'm on the board and I know for fact, but no, I don't know for a fact.
I thought you had some there.
Slagging Don. This is what is happening here. You're slagging Don right away.
I'm just giving him a shout out. I'm giving him a shout out.
Okay.
Toasting, have you got any ideas why? Let's be serious now. Have you? I think I know why, but
I've got 2 ideas.
Why Gabriel's not playing?
Yeah.
Honestly, I just think he's doing his Pep imitation a bit too much. You know, like, because why are we moving like Arteta's the only coach that's ever done this? You know, like Pep Guardiola last season, for large parts of the season, Diaz weren't playing games. You know, Kyle Walker wasn't playing games. You know, this is something he's done. Champions League final, you expected him to start a super strong team, and then he does some sort of stupidness against Chelsea and probably Man City's biggest match at the time. I think Arteta is just he's doing a bit too much tinkering. You know, he's moving a bit like a hybrid of Ranieri and Pep Guardiola into one of this. What I mean by that is just he's doing a bit too much to the team. And I think he's trying to innovate Arsenal. Honestly, I think he's trying to innovate us. It's just unfortunately it's just not hitting at the moment. I remember Man City coming to the Emirates and what was it? Bernardo Silva was playing fullback for goodness sake. You know, like left back. You know,
yeah.
So I think that's just what Arteta's trying to do now. I don't think we're trying to get rid of Gabriel. I don't think it's any disciplinary issues because the club have maintained he's not for sale under any possible reasons. So I just don't really get what's going on. I think Arteta's just experimenting, and it's not hitting at the moment. But I think he has enough confidence. He's going to back himself, and he's going to keep doing it. I don't actually have a problem with it. I know it's a long season. Gabriel's going to get games. I know we're going to play different systems. The only thing I have an issue with is just forcing players into the team who don't have the best form at the moment, i.e. the likes of Havertz, who isn't a bad player, just isn't playing well. So that's honestly what I think on the situation.
You know what?
Very honest. I'm not going to lie. Very honest.
Yeah. You ever watch Naruto? Yeah. There's Guy Sensei and Kakashi. Like, the way you move with Don's like Kakashi, but you're like Guy Sensei. Like, you're kind of like, what are you doing? Like, you think he's your rival, but he don't look at you as his rival, kind of thing. Like, you always want Don, like, you come for his neck, but
he's not my rival. And I don't look at him as my rival either. All it is that I just like to be on panels where he says ridiculous comments and no one checks him for it.
We're going to check about that later on because I've heard some.
Why is he not your rival for real, Conley?
Like, how can someone that finishes 12th be my rival? That don't make sense.
Is he not more successful? I'm not genuine.
No, he's not. He's not. So
we
can move past that question.
Seriously, it's
because
I had this conversation.
Chelsea are the third best team in West London, bro. They're not my problem right now.
Oh my god!
Right now they're not.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, right now they're not my problem. Eventually, they might. In 2 years' time, they'll be my problem. But right now, Chelsea are not my problem. No disrespect.
I can't like Brentford are better than them. They might be like the fourth best.
Chelsea aren't looking that bad.
Actually, wait, they might be the fifth best.
They're looking like a good team.
That's like asking if Crystal Palace are my problem. Crystal Palace finished above Chelsea. Are they my problem? No, bro. Let's be realistic. Bro, I'm being realistic. But like, look, I hear what people are saying about Arteta. I thought I knew what he was doing, and I'll know for sure with the lineup on Sunday. I assumed what was going on was as Zinchenko wasn't available to start, he was trying to find a different method, a different strategy for us to play games. That's what I assumed. So if he plays the same starting lineup on Sunday, then I start to get a little bit worried. But I think people are overreacting, and I don't blame opposition fans for overreacting because they know how triggered our fan base is. So anything you attack us with, we're gonna come. Oh my gosh, Arteta out, Havertz is the scapegoat. Whatever we do, so I don't think it's time for panic stations because we've dropped 2 points out of our first 9, which isn't panic stations. But if he goes and plays Partey right back against Man U, not only are we in trouble on the day, I'm seriously questioning him as a manager because that is just one risk too many for me.
What, 4 games in? After what? Man United? Shit old Man United that's not meant to be in the top 4 whatsoever. Because
that's what I'm saying. If we draw against you, then he deserves to be questioned.
It's a must win. I'm not gonna lie, it's a must win against United.
If you let us get points, if you're gonna be the first team that Ten Hag beats in the top 9 away from home.
Is that
real talk?
Hold on, is that all season? Is that including last year as well?
Yeah.
Whoever finished in the top 9, we didn't beat them away from home.
Man's bragging about it as well. Like, if you want to be the first team, you're not even ashamed that's stats there, bro. You're not even ashamed that's stats there.
Is that
really.
Is that a must win only for Arsenal? Cast seriously? Why Arsenal fans are saying it's a must win for us? Why Man United are not even?
No, it's not a must win for us. Because it's Arsenal, bro. Like I said it earlier, I'll say it now. So I'm not going to change my opinion. Getting the point.
It's a must win for this system. You got like this system that Arteta's. It's a must win for this system.
Yeah, that's for you guys, but not for me.
Fans are lobbying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. That if this system don't work in that game, he can't continue to go with it. He has to go.
He cannot use that system in that game.
I agree with you. I agree with you, but
yeah, man. And
Partey right back.
You know what the maddest thing is?
Since we're on Arsenal, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
I was going to say the maddest thing is I know a lot of you are calling for Gabriel and Zinchenko to come in, but I keep trying to tell you, man, they're not match sharp. One's had 35 minutes, the other's had barely nothing. You know what I mean? And I think that's a huge risk putting 2 defenders into a back line, you know, who are not even match sharp in a high intensity game.
Yeah, but with all due respect, Gabriel played pretty much every match of pre-season.
Don't matter.
So like, I don't understand. Yeah, but like
fitness and sharpness. Remember the difference.
That was a month ago talking.
But you could do this. You could say the same thing with Saliba. You could say the same thing for Saliba. Saliba against Nottingham Forest, he didn't look fully there. Like this is a guy that we have to remember. This is a guy that was injured for the last 2 to 3 months of the season. So if anyone's going to be sharper between him and Gabriel, 100% it's going to be Gabriel. So like I don't really buy that. I think Gabriel's got to play. It's just that simple. But to be honest, a lot of people lobbying for this Gabriel thing. I think if he's on the pitch, it doesn't really make a difference to the type of goals we conceded.
I don't think we
Gabriel
concede
doesn't
that second
change
one
that
if he's
Saka
on the
makes.
pitch personally, though.
No,
I don't think we
no, it
concede
doesn't,
that
because we,
header
of course we do.
personally. I don't
Of
think
course
so.
we do. Look at the header we conceded against Southampton, 3-3 when Gabriel was playing. Look at the header we conceded, Lisandro Martinez, when we beat Man United 3-2 last season. Like, come on, our set piece defending has been garbage, even with Gabriel on the team. I don't even think Arsenal's performance was really that bad. I was at the Emirates. Our issue is just some of the stuff that we were doing last season, sloppiness, right, starting at the sloppiness starting matches, unable to just really like go for the jugular when you go. When we went 2-1 ahead, like I was there, the stadium was rocking right before we got the equalizer. Continued rocking, we got the 2-1. The stadium is rocking. Go for the jugular, get the third goal, get the fourth goal. But as soon as we get that second goal, we drop off. So,
But you know why, though,
these are the
Tosin?
same
You know why,
issues.
Tosin? That's why I
It's
have
just
some issues with Arteta. Is because he
I
shouldn't
don't
have
think it's
taken off
Arteta.
Odegaard then. He shouldn't have
I don't think
taken off
that's the
Odegaard
manager.
for Jorginho at that moment, bro. That's the time where you press them. You're
Nah,
not trying to
man.
hold it out against a 10-man Fulham 1-0 up. You go for the juggler, as you said, go and get that third one. Why are you taking off your most creative player for a defensive-minded player? It don't make sense. At home as well.
You could say that, but for how much of the blame should go to the manager? I think it's the player mentality, because we did the same thing against Crystal Palace. He didn't take off Odegaard then. We did the same thing against Crystal Palace. As soon as we scored that penalty,
No, but we had 10
dropped
men
off
though.
in
It's the
intensity.
difference. It's the difference. We had 10 men.
No. Even before we went down to 10 men, you could see it. The minute we scored that penalty, we just stopped playing football. And Arsenal have a knack of doing this. When we get the goal to go ahead, we just drop off.
I agree. We do, but at that moment, sorry, go on, finish, sorry.
And Jorginho, yeah, fair enough. Arteta brought him on, but Arsenal dropped off Fulham and started giving them a lot more of the ball, even before Odegaard went off. So with all due respect, Arteta there's questions he needs to answer, but this is a player mentality thing. The average age of the team is the second youngest in the Premier League. These guys are just naive. They need to learn from these things. So I'm not really going to pin it entirely down on manager and system and whatnot, because we completely dominated that Fulham match. Every single chance Fulham had was a result of just sloppiness from us. Like literally every shot they had, it's a direct turnover in a dangerous area. System or not system, that's player errors. So I'm not really going to...
I hear you to an extent, because I do believe we even with this new system, we create enough chances to win the game comfortably. I agree with that 100%. But what I don't like is how our build-up play looks in this new system. How Saka looks, how Martinelli looks in this new system. How Odegaard hasn't even been effective to start this season because of the spaces he's occupied now, and the spaces that Saka's not being allowed to expose because Ben White's not doing them overlapping runs, etc. So I hear you. We definitely did create enough chances to win the game, but we have a more cohesive system that works, and we have the players to do it. So I'm expecting us revert back to sort on Sunday, man. If not, I'm going to start asking him some questions, because there's no need for this.
Anyways, moving on. I'm thinking you lot had your therapy. I think you can breathe finally. There you go.
Yeah, move on.
Yeah, move on. Let's move on to the main topic with Liverpool, because we saw what we saw against Newcastle. They do win there every year anyways, but I don't want to downplay it. They did have 10 men, not 11. Now, this is what I'm saying. Imagine just a scenario, yeah. They could score enough goals to win the league, yeah? Do we all agree that?
Yes.
Agree on that?
Yeah,
we all
agree,
agree
100%.
So that means theory there. That's one part. Let's say they do come out Europa early. They just play a second string team. It gets knocked out. They're out early doors. They go into one game a week plus everything else. Right? That's another bonus on it. And in theory, they go and get a centre back or maybe a DM, either or. Because one game a week, I think they got the squad to cope with one game a week. What are we actually saying about this team? Because if they continue to play like that, the way they did with 10 men, I can't imagine what they might have done to Newcastle with 11 men. You know,
Well, they didn't do anything in the first 30 minutes. They were dominated the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, they got dominated, but they
Exactly.
defended.
So, but here is what I
You
see.
have all the possession in the world, Mo, but who cares?
No. Newcastle had more chances than them. They broke the line many times. You remember Gordon and Trent. You remember Almiron on that right side. To be honest, Liverpool played a completely different game than the Liverpool we know. And I said that before. He dropped deep after the red card, picked his moments at the end, picked up his moment, which is something that I haven't seen from Klopp before. He never did this. I thought he's coming second half, guns blazing, full on press, everything. He did it.
And you can tell Eddie Howe didn't expect that either with how he did his subs.
That's why Newcastle were passing the ball in their area because they didn't know what to do. They were expecting Liverpool to come and press. But here is the problem, Cass. Against Chelsea, who dominated the game?
Chelsea did. Because of one player.
The
really.
problem is this: if it's either we treat this Liverpool now as a team that plays to the opposition's strength and then they counter that tactic, or we go back to Liverpool. For me, Liverpool are still an unknown entity for me because I don't know. Is this guy going to go to a counter-attacking team, or he's going to go on full Jurgen Klopp 2020 pressing from the first minute, dominating teams? I don't know yet. It's 3 games, got dominated in 2, won the 3rd against Bournemouth, I'm gassed.
Is it really just because you got all of the ball and everything? If you're not doing nothing with it, is it really domination? Domination.
But they create chances. The red card by itself is the goal scoring.
They already 1-0 up. Don't get me wrong, for a Trent mistake, and then Van Dijk gets sent off. Yeah, they defended well. They didn't really split them too tough. Don't get me wrong. There was one. You're gonna get the one odd chance, and Alisson saves them. But that happens when you got 10 men. You can't really call it dominant when you kind of say they can't. But you could also say that Liverpool dominate defensively because they were stable. Joe Gomez, Matip, even that Kwanzaa guy come on and look comfortable. You know, what is he? A flipping 3rd generation version of Van Dijk or something? Looks exactly like him a little bit. Just needs to go get hair for it. Like flipping, he looked comfortable. How can you come on at St James's Park away at his age and look comfortable? I'm just saying, right? In theory, if they get they're one player off from really doing damage in the league.
I agree, but I haven't seen it yet. But we don't have that player, Cass. That's the thing. They don't are they getting that player?
And that game gets played 10 times. Newcastle win that game 9 times, bro. But everything just happened. Exactly. Like, no, let's be honest. Like that first goal for Nunes doesn't normally happen. Because remember how much he was praising Botman just that morning, and that's an uncharacteristic mistake for him. So 9 out of 10 times Newcastle win that game. They take that chance with, I think Harvey Barnes' chance just turned the whole game on his head. He crosses that to Wilson. 2-0, the game is over. But he takes one extra touch. Yep. The defender closes him down. The whole game gets transformed. And I think as soon as he brought on Harvey Elliott and who's the other guy? Jota.
After that, bro.
You know what I'm loving here, yeah? You know what I'm loving here? You're saying if he done that, but what if when Salah through, yeah? What about if he squared that over to Gakpo and Gakpo go remotely on target? Why is the if applying for one but not the other?
No, for sure. Because I'm talking about specifically at the moment of the game. It was 1-0, and they had a chance to go 2-0 up. I'm not saying Liverpool don't have their if moments. I'm talking about that moment in particular. It kind of turned the corner of the game.
If you did it, sorry, I know Tursin wants to speak here, but if you man did it, I did it, but it's you man because since you're title contenders, you'd be getting absolutely gassed, and we'll be screaming, waxing lyrical how mentality monsters Arsenal now and how far they've come and all this stuff. The narrative would be a whole change. Why is the narrative changing for Liverpool, who already got players that know how to do it anyways, right?
What narrative is changing though?
No, but
it's an impressive win for Liverpool.
I'm trying to get them. It's impressive, bro. If I got
100% is impressive. Like, I'm not trying to take anything away from Liverpool. No way, bro. That was a hell of a result, bro.
The way that Liverpool played reminded me of Liverpool, yeah, of a couple years ago. That's the Liverpool.
Second half. Yeah, second half.
Yeah, it did.
This is Liverpool that I saw, not last year when Trent was getting 5 assists and all that away from home, or whatever, and then at Anfield they go and draw like that. They were pressing them into oblivion and into mistakes. Bruno Gomes, McAllister made it look like he was weak, bro. Szoboszlai, Joe Linton, like first half, I don't know what happened to that midfield, but it collapsed to a 10-man midfield, like 10-man. Thing. Nunes was perfect for that game. And as much as you want to say Sven Botman don't make a mistake, at the end of the day, you have to take your chances. That was a bad boy finish because last year Nunes was
expert finishes.
That was going into Bro's head. Players can get better after a year. Clearly, he was.
You're right because even Newcastle scores from a mistake, right? Like it's the same mistake here, mistake there. Like it's a mistake that doesn't happen every day.
This
So
is
yeah,
the
I see what Cass is saying.
You talk on the game, but the conversation more relies on if they do get that one. If they do go and get a DM, I think they need a DM as much as a centre back. But if they do put themselves out of Europe, which I can kind of see if they want to focus on league, if they do get one, and they won't even care if they get pushed out Europa League. Bro, they remember how waxing lyrical about if they got Caicedo and where they're going to be. So why can't it not be for another target?
But do you know what it is, Kaz? For me, anyway.
I give a ton of credit. I give a ton of credit to Liverpool. I mean, like, I respect Klopp. Like, I respect the fact that you go down to 10 men, but you make attacking substitutions. I think that throws the team off. Only thing I'll say about Liverpool is that this Liverpool team doesn't remind me of the Liverpool team that like moved to City. Doesn't remind me of the Liverpool team that won the league in what was it, the COVID season. This Liverpool team,
2019.
That team scared me. That Liverpool team scared me.
Calendar year, 2019 calendar year, Liverpool was just a different gravy.
Exactly. This Liverpool team reminds me of Liverpool, like when they had Coutinho, Mane.
That first Klopp season, isn't it? That
swashbuckling team that they attack like a machine, but like they're disjointed, and that's who Liverpool still are. They're disjointed. Like you can't tell me they're not. Like they're a team. I already know they're beast offensively. Like all of that stuff I'm seeing, I'm not surprised at that. But it's what goes on in midfield and at the back that concerns me. Liverpool. I'm not, and I know you can say, "Oh yeah, Arsenal haven't been too impressive." Fair enough, we haven't been. But Liverpool, this is a systemic issue that's been happening since last season, and they still ain't addressed it. Their defense is getting older.
You Tosin are happy with the
midfield.
You've seen this midfield that is moving you. This Liverpool midfield is moving you, like the midfield that the Hendersons, the Fabinhos, the Wijnaldums. This is moving you. This at the current moment, is this a dominant midfield from Liverpool?
They moved to one of the best teams at home. Where again, I have to say that we was bigging up how great this midfield. It was reminding us of a Klopp of old type midfield. No.
Yeah,
who was saying that?
To be honest,
I'm not saying they didn't.
Swear down.
Loads of us were.
I didn't think that Liverpool midfield dominated Newcastle at all. That the goals were counterattacks. Like I don't think they dominated Newcastle. I don't see what
Newcastle lost that game more than Liverpool won it. To be honest, for me,
like the way you're saying it, guys, is that Liverpool went to Newcastle, dominated the game. They defended very well. They picked their moments and they capitalized on Newcastle's
with 10 men. With 10 men.
Yes, of course, Daps. Yes.
And what I want to say about that is I because of Klopp's decision making in that game, it's so unlike Klopp. I can't trust Klopp to keep making decisions like that for Liverpool to challenge for a title just yet. Personally, I can't trust it. Because for me, I still think Klopp's finished at Liverpool. Not as a manager, at Liverpool. So no more title challenges until he goes elsewhere.
That alludes to question to you. You think, again, it's the City team, this mighty City team. A team can win playing this counter-attacking football like the way Liverpool, people are saying that they're now going to hit people on the counter. Nunes is quick, Salah, all this stuff. Do you think someone can win the league like that without being someone who has authority? You don't think so?
What do you mean? Leicester did it. They played.
Yeah, but against City is different now.
There wasn't a team. Yeah, I get what that season. A lot of teams dropped off that season, bro.
But it's still. But you got to think.
No, it's not impossible, of course, but it's.
You got to think about it.
Think about it. But it's not.
Yeah, but it's not likely. Yeah, it's not likely, man. How many Leicesters have there been, guys?
A mad unit defensively that season.
But how many teams won like Leicester is the real question.
No, not a lot. To be fair,
but even outside of that, Leicester had a good defensive performance.
Yeah, no, you're right.
They were solid, inconsistent.
Midfield.
All right, maybe winning the league. Winning the league might go too far.
It wasn't just counter-attacking.
Wouldn't you go too far?
No, it definitely wasn't, bro. They were a solid defensive unit, and they weren't rotating too much. They kept it consistent. And Kante midfield and Mahrez,
and Fuchs, that was, and Danny Simpson. What a backline. But I was gonna say maybe not win the league.
What a year they had.
You put in contention on it. In theory, and I know it's only one game, and I don't want to. Last year, Newcastle went down to 10 men, and they didn't take advantage when Nick Pope got sent off. This year, Liverpool went down to 10 men and still beat them. And to say it's the same thing as last year, it really isn't. It should.
For me, it was Klopp, and that I don't know what happened. Well, I honestly think Jason Tindall really pissed off Klopp, and whatever happened in that dressing room at half time. 100%. Was Klopp was prime Klopp speeches. Was prime.
I actually love that. I love it.
It was. Trent came out. We've spoken it a few times. Trent came out, stayed on the pitch for the full game pretty much. I don't think he was subbed off, was he?
No.
And didn't I think one foul
Played on a yellow card.
Nothing. Zero.
And it was just a very like Klopp had said to them, we need to go out and fight. Yeah, fight and just stay consistent, believe in what we're trying to do. And look, that's prime Klopp. For me, it was Klopp that masterminded that second half, and we have to give him credit because I've been very critical of him. But that second half performance for me, there's no coincidence. It came after he had the players in that dressing room. So whatever he said, and unfortunately, Eddie Howe didn't. Eddie Howe did not get his players up for it to go and get the job done. And that's the truth of it.
This is what I mean. Eddie Howe had a stinker yesterday, and this is maybe where you see parts of his limitation. Maybe it's not, and it's just a one-off game, and it's hard to judge that part and call him a fraud. I think that's just stupid.
That's wild.
But I want to debunk Mo's theory a little bit and say you can't win the league counter-attack. Liverpool go away to an Aston Villa or something, go smash them, and we know they're capable of smashing the lower teams. But when it comes to the Arsenal, Man City, when you go away, they can play counter-attacking football rather than being naive to the situation. You know, even at Man United to a degree, when they tried to play us, they tried to play on the front foot, but they got pinned back. And they got a bit of luck when they started playing a bit of counter-attacking ball, and Salah ended up scoring that jammy goal anyways. But I'm just saying, at home, Liverpool can play any way they want and still somehow beat City and somehow still beat Arsenal and go smash United 7-8-0 or whatever they want to do. It don't matter what happens. Liverpool know how Anfield is Anfield. But maybe Klopp, this might kind of tick something in his brain. I need to start being a little bit more pragmatic in my approach to a game I know I'm going to get dominated rather than thinking my players are the best in the world. So you say
but you'd have to see that.
All the time.
If this happens against Man City team, listen, if this happens a season against Man City who collect 90 plus points, and I'm expecting them to collect 90 plus points, I'll be surprised.
We didn't last season, by the way. We didn't collect 90 last
season. You did not, but you threw out the last two games. You threw out the last 2 games. But to be honest, Kans, like I get what you're saying, but I still think that I would be surprised if a team that wins the league adapt to different games. Pep Guardiola adapts to certain games or certain periods of games. Like against Real Madrid, he gave the position for 20 minutes, but Pep Guardiola doesn't adapt. Arteta last year, by the way, didn't adapt. In the first 29 games, he was, it's my game and you're playing in it. It's not your game and I'm not doing. So I get what you're saying, because it can happen, but I think it's going to be tough to adapt to every game.
I know. The whole point is trying to talk on the part of what the theory could be if they do go get a capable enough DM or centre back, right? And I think that's what I say. If they've put themselves down,
they got Endo, haven't they?
One game a week, end of the road. But guess what? End of the road had a flipping decent game. So you know, this is the first time I saw McAllister in the 8 and he bossed it in the manner that he had to do. Like not in a proper situation he probably would have preferred of. But he was keeping things ticking every time. Give it to Salah. Give it to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai goes on a run and they try counter that way. I'm just saying, first time we see McAllister in a position.
I'm a fan of Szoboszlai.
Do people forget this?
But Kaz, are you trying to play devil's advocates here, or you actually believe Liverpool could challenge this season?
No, because you know what? I have to be. Sometimes I can be shameless, and times I have to talk with proper context. That today, like, I'm not going to put shameless act on in front of Torsten, and do a madness, because then that just kind of ruins the whole show. He's not going to laugh or anything like that. He's not that kind of character. No offense. It's not a part. I'd rather talk context around him and then around this type of show. It's the whole point of debating, right? I'm just saying Liverpool have done it before. They can do it again, and they're showing signs, bro. They're 13, 14 games unbeaten. People
do you know what? Do you know what? Right?
Is that true? Yeah, 13 games unbeaten.
Bro, all pre-season, the minute the season ended, I said I predict next season 2 teams could challenge, Liverpool and Arsenal. And I said it is based on what they do in the transfer window massively, yeah? Arsenal because they were there last season, Liverpool because they know how to. They've got the manager that knows how to. They've got Alisson, they've got Van Dijk, Trent Robertson. All these all of these players get back to their if they in the transfer window, if in the transfer window they fill the holes they need to, and with the players they've got, they get back to their best, Liverpool can challenge. Now, if we are talking here and now, yeah, and I've said in so far this season with Liverpool, we're not learning much. We know going forward they can score goals, and we know defensively they look a bit not so good, yeah. And also we're listening to Liverpool fans that are telling us they need a 6 and they need another centre back, right? So based on all of that, I'm going to be clear right now, not a chance Liverpool challenge. However, being consistent, if they go and get exactly like I said, they strengthen and get another centre back and another DM, yeah, of course
Maybe
they can.
even a right back,
But
even a right
right
back.
now, if we look at how
Right
they've
back?
moved in,
Nah,
but,
man.
but the
Cover,
key
depth,
is, Cass. If we
Yeah,
look at
cover.
if we look at where they are right now, and we look
Yeah,
at how they've moved in the transfer window so far, do I believe they're going to get a centre back and a
Capable.
DM of quality? I don't. But if they do, of course they
Well,
can. But it's can they do that?
Let me do these 2 super chats before we move on. So, God AEM, I don't know what that means, but
This is a fun. This is
here
what I
you
was
go.
laughing at, by the way.
Here's a sample. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it, bro, and I really appreciate the support. Liverpool turning into a fusion of Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. Here we go. Madrid let you have the position and still win, and we have Bayern Munich attacking power.
Paris.
The attacking power, I think.
Sorry,
I
hold
think
on.
actually they are stronger than Bayern Munich.
Hold on. Bayern Munich's attacking power.
Huh?
Bayern Munich's attacking power currently is not there. Maybe since Kane's
Exactly.
joined.
So
but
I agree
the
with
last year
this.
it's
Yeah.
not been there. But yeah, they've got a lot more. They've got a lot more than Bayern up top.
I can't.
Yeah,
lie,
yeah, up top.
They smashed Wolfsburg and that, man. Flipping, they destroyed them.
No, but that's before Harry Kane. Like I think actually Liverpool,
Yeah.
like they're better attack. But
But Kane is there now, no?
wait,
Yeah,
technically,
with Kane, maybe.
so
maybe
let
he's
me
right.
let me
Yeah.
ask you, God. Let me ask you a question. Who won the
Quality
Liga
striker, that
last
Harry
year?
Kane.
Who won La Liga last year?
by Barcelona.
Barcelona.
How would Barcelona in the
Barcelona.
Champions League and Europa?
Garbage.
Why? Because you win the league with one system. You just do the same thing every game.
They
You
were,
win the
they
freaking
were
league.
terrible. in the
It's
Europa
as
League.
simple as that.
I would like to say like he's not far off in terms of their attacking prowess, though. Like I do believe it's dangerous, bro. All right, I'm gonna provide another theory to Tosin then. You could say
Can I
that.
do the next 2 before you finish? So we can move
Okay.
on?
I thought we finished. My bad. Apologies.
So Pac-Man is saying, someone take this guy's debit card. What the F is that super chat? He's talking about that. Raz is saying, love the panel cast, more Daps, absolute dons. Thank you so much for the support. We really appreciate you guys. Hit that like button. There's over 600 of you
No
here
love for us, turn this
on this Monday evening or night or whatever. It's after midnight here for me. So hit that like button for us. Get us to 200, 300 likes. I don't know how many likes are we on.
46 away from 200. We want
Guys,
300.
the like button is the bread and the butter of this channel. This is how we grow. This is how we get new subscribers and new audience. So please hit that like button. Go ahead, Cass. Sorry.
Yeah, I want to provide another opinion. Theory then, because we could say Arsenal were maybe one signing away in January for winning the league, right? Like if they got a Caicedo, I guarantee they would have done different bits, man. I guarantee they would, right? Now, back to the Liverpool part. Let's say they do keep within touching distance, like Man United did, weirdly enough, in January, right? They were still in touching distance, but then it fell off mid-Feb going on, and then it kept falling and falling. Now, Liverpool get to January, let's say 7 points behind. It's very possible, right? 7 points, even 8 points. We talk about a team that knows how to do it, and they got the players and the manager to do it. Now, let's say they don't get what they want now, or go and scout something they can get in January, maybe 2 players. Now, that's a very realistic theory.
Yeah.
Can they not go on from there and maybe push, or not saying they're going to go win it, but push City or Arsenal to the very end if they go and get the correct players then? So it doesn't have to be done in this window alone.
Did he include Arsenal in this?
Yeah.
He said he pushed City
Why
and
would I not
Arsenal.
include
Bro,
Arsenal?
you heard him first time.
said
Don't
push
pretend you
City and
didn't hear him, bro. You know what you heard,
Oh
bro.
my God, bro.
Hold on. Let's stop. Hold on.
I'll
Stop
wait,
this. Stop.
I'll
Hold on.
wait.
Stop. No. Hold on. Stop this. Sorry, Mo. Are you now trying to say that you don't believe Arsenal can challenge?
Not at the moment.
Right, you
Okay, so who's
flip-flopped
challenging?
massively,
Who's
bro.
challenging?
You have
No one.
flip-flopped big
Nobody.
time.
Nobody. They're going to win the league by 20 points, yeah?
Hold on.
Let me hear what Daps said.
Mo,
Let me hear what
within
Daps
the
said. Go ahead,
space, within this one performance, had made you change your mind on Arsenal.
Three. I have been
Cass,
consistent from the first week. Cass, if we're consistent from the first week, I said they don't look as fluid.
Okay,
No,
okay, that's fine. No, hold on.
fairness,
Yeah, of course, because
hold on.
we're playing a new system.
Hold on. Let me land. Let me land, please. Okay, so I can't fully remember exactly what you've said about Arsenal, right? But you have been definitely challenging me that can Arsenal push City.
Yes,
And so
of course.
Why you been doing that then, bro? If you don't think Arsenal are going to challenge.
Before the season started, I did not think that Arteta would be that stubborn. The guy is stubborn. He wants.
You were challenging me last week, bro.
Thing.
Last week you were challenging me that Arsenal could push City.
No, I didn't. No, second, not challenging City. I actually, I'm consistent. From the first week, when I saw them play, I said this guy, and I said it on the terrace, and I said it here with you. I said, the scary part about this Arsenal team is that the stubbornness of Arteta. If you keep that, even Conley just said it.
I know it. I'm watching you, man.
No, but bro,
okay,
I've
but
been saying the same thing from the first game. I don't think Arsenal as fluid as last year. It was sensational in the beginning.
Okay, but Mo, let's say.
This is what I can
judge.
Okay,
Mo.
Agreed, Tyson.
Fair.
It's 3 games.
But Mo, let's say
it's 3 games, and two new faces have come into this midfield who haven't played at the same level and intensity that they've been at their old clubs than that they're playing at Arsenal. We've just lost probably a guy. We've lost a guy who's been a staple part of our midfield since 2016. So that's 7 years.
Yeah.
So do you expect everything to just click together just like that? And then
no, but I'm expecting
Tosin.
No, we don't. But I'm expecting if one player leaves and one player comes in, I'm expecting the same system to work, and he's trying to fix something that is not broken.
Okay, Mo. Let's say this Sunday. Hold on, 1 second, Tosin. 1 second. 1 second, Tosin.
Now let Tosin finish. Then you go. Let Tosin finish.
Yeah, I'm answering his questions. Every question I'm answering.
If it's not broken, if it's not broken, why did it not win us the league?
Because I think Saliba got injured and everything fell apart because he coached 11 players. That's what I thought. And I said that last year.
Okay,
I thought
cool.
Saliba affected everybody else. Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. But what does Saliba getting injured have to do with us just running out of ideas in terms of our offensive play towards the end of last season?
Because I think he coached 11 players or 12 players to play a perfect system that worked for 29 games. You were amazing, sensational. And when that player got injured, everything fell apart.
Yeah, I think
that's what I think. And
yeah, that's a big.
The difference is
that's a big.
It's not an if. Tosin, this is not an if. This is what happened. Tosin.
I'm not going to have that.
Exactly what happened.
No, to be fair,
I'm not going to have that.
Imagine going from.
I think.
Go on. I think it's coming
go
from.
Ahead, go ahead. Ask your question. Go ahead.
I think.
It's late.
If Arsenal, if Arteta plays the same way, he's going to get slandered and be like, and people are going to be like, oh, yeah, there's only one way of playing. Arteta's only got one plan A, all of this, all of that.
Last year or this year? I'm sorry. Last year or this year?
He's saying that if he doesn't try something different, then he's going to get criticised for not trying something different. He's trying something different, and now he's getting criticised. I do get what he's saying. I do get what he's saying.
Yeah.
No, the reality is that over the last season was the first time we started well for ages. And Mo expects to see that same start, or he's going to feel like we're not the same. Hold on. Let me finish.
I'm expecting fluidity.
Which is fine. And I respect that. But also, let's say we go out on Sunday, revert back to sort, and we win comfortably. Are you going to change your mind again, Mo? Or
yes.
I'm just wondering.
Yes.
You will?
If you change the system, and you win fluid, yes. You said it, Conley. You're actually
fair. No, fair, because as you said yes to that question, I know where your mind's at. Then it's fine. I respect it.
It's simple. You change the system, you become fluid again. I know that this guy went back to his old ways, the good ways. Okay, he went back to his mind. You know, like a crazy man went back to his mind. I'm like, okay, I'm behind you now.
Fair. I'll take that.
Yes.
Do you know what? Let's be real. I'm a City fan now, right? I do think Arsenal need to start good. They need to get as many points on the board as possible because business end of the season, you know what City are, yeah. But I'm not going to lie, yeah. I think Arteta is being criticised way too much, yeah, because I got why Pep was tinkering at the start of last season, right? Because you don't want to do your tinkering at the end of the season. You want to do it at the start of the season. You want to try things out at the start of the season. And to be fair, until Timber got injured, some might say it was working. I think the Zinchenko injury, the way Rory broke it down to me earlier, knowing Arsenal are a system team like Man City, he wants to invert Zinchenko. Zinchenko's been out, so he has to invert someone, Partey on the right. I get it. It's not working. But look, back into the season, if Arsenal are in the title race and all of a sudden have to change something, you could be looking back at this
We have a plan B.
Do you know what? he's tried it. So I do get what he's doing.
had
I
them,
think he's coming
which
under
we
a
had.
lot of criticism.
Fair
What, you
And
think
the
you're
reality
fair
is,
argument,
Daps, the reality is with Arteta, he's always going to continue to get this until he wins something major. That's the reality. That like whether because Pep's doing the same stuff, but he's like he's got credit in the bank, so everything makes sense with him.
Let me give you a perfect example of this. This is what I always say in the Champions League. Yeah, you know when Pep would overthink something, everyone would go, "Pep's overthought it," and City, right? Pep makes a lot of changes, right? It never gets spoke on because generally we're winning, right? But if that one time we don't win, it's like, oh, he's overthought it. If you have a manager that does not overthink every single game, he is not doing his damn job, right? That is the job of a manager, is to be constantly thinking about how you can outsmart a team. If you win all the time, you don't lose many, so it doesn't get spoke on. Then the games that you lose, oh, he overthought it. That is kind of what's happening with Arteta at the moment for me.
I guess just time will tell. I think this Sunday will tell us a lot of things, to be honest. This Sunday now. Yeah. Memphis Depay saying, my brother Cass, next week we celebrate a win.
I mean,
well,
so
that's a hopeful thing.
You lot got Carabao Cup next week or something?
No, that's Chelsea on Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Against Luton, I think, or Wimbledon.
Sorry. Playing in the Carabao Cup in early September is mad. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, none of that.
Suleiman,
talking of Chelsea.
Ahmed Suleiman or something. So big up everyone. When is the WhatsApp group, mate? Okay, we need to get on this.
Week. Yeah, on this week.
That's on me getting something done. It's me having a minute to go and get something done. So that's on me.
Here to there. It's in fact, Mo can't trust Arteta. He's sabotaging us. He'll go back to his mind, bro. There's a lot of pressure on him. Go back. So.
Get a grip, man.
It's too early for all that, man. Come on, man.
Wait. Just a quick question.
You Arsenal fans sicken me.
If Man United were to beat you, though, Kunle, what are you saying? If you will,
I would like if we lose. I don't want to hear none of our fans talking about title challenge, bro. Honestly, bro. We can't beat United, bro.
Why?
So
why
bro.
not? Why not?
Like because United are there for the taking, and they're taking points off us, bro.
Chelsea got beat 3-0. Chelsea got beat 3-0 by when they were coached by Antonio Conte at the Emirates a couple seasons back, and everyone was saying Chelsea were out of the title race. Chelsea went on to storm and win the league. Like,
I'm sorry, great, I'm glad you used that example. But I'm glad you used that example. But did you believe Chelsea were going to win the league after we beat them 3-0? No. Okay, so that's all that matters right now. So that's all that matters right now.
No, it's too early.
I'm hearing the question and just the silence, and I'm like, okay, I know that is over. You know what I mean?
To be fair, I don't think Tosin heard it. To be fair,
Tosin. There's a delay, by the way. There's a delay.
Oh,
I didn't hear my internet.
Yeah, he didn't hear it. He didn't hear it.
Okay,
shocking. Sorry, guys.
It just made great YouTube TV there, but
Michael, face the fact Arsenal is shit. Won't challenge.
That's a bit extreme.
They aren't shit though, but not that bad. People make it like Arsenal lost 3 games. Like
real talk. If you didn't watch football, you'd think Arsenal lost dramatically this weekend.
I go, but because I hold after last season and that football you played, I hold Arsenal the way you play football to a higher standard than what I saw in the first 3 games. That's it.
That's good to know, man. That means that you know we're a threat.
But hold on. Let me land on this. This is because there's, we get comments after shows where people go, "Oh, you're speaking about Arsenal so much. We're massive." Bro, yeah, you're spot on with what you just said. We are going to be critical of Arsenal, and we are going to talk on it because,
and rightly so.
And do you know what? I'm allowed to say this because I see you lot as title contenders, with us. So we are going to speak on it. You are relevant, very fucking relevant, bro. Because yes, you are. For me, you're still our biggest threat, right? Liverpool need to do a lot more to convince me, and they need to get active in the next 4 or 5 days for me to think they're a bigger threat than Arsenal. If I'm being honest.
And you're spot on, and that's why I hate our fan base that get upset when, why are they always talking about us? Like, brother, they weren't talking about us like this a couple years ago. Be happy that we're part of conversations like this now. Enjoy it, man.
Yeah,
exactly.
So moving on to Chelsea. Raphinha. Anyone like
that's
really,
a fantastic signing if they get him.
I think it's decent because one thing I know that they
I
do
can't
need.
tell if he's joking or he's real, by the way.
No, for real. Because
They were
we
in for him before as well, innit? Like
Yeah,
last summer.
Oh,
They
yeah,
were.
Leeds, yeah.
some of Arsenal to get hijacked of Barcelona. The double hijack.
Look, like what happens to Raheem if he comes?
Well, according to Don, he's best on the left anyways. Who cares?
Yeah, but we don't accord
gonna
anything
play.
to Don, innit? Like, we use logic on never a foul, not
He's
Don.
gonna play. Pochettino trusts him.
Yeah, I think.
Well, yeah, but if they bring in Raphinha plays. Hold on, Raphinha plays on the right.
You're laughing because you agree, man.
If they bring Raphinha in, what happens? Does Sterling revert to playing on the left?
I think so. Yeah, it has to. It only makes sense for me, innit? I think they need goals. Raphinha's. If I think of what can get you goals from the right, Raphinha isn't a guy that really sets up play for me. He's more of a goal scorer. So he's overrated, but he was good in the Prem. He's just had a crap time really in the Liga. So it's just one of them things like Coutinho, great in the Prem, not that great in the Liga. It's just what's he more suited to. But if he comes now, he probably starts bagging. They need a bagsman somewhere in the front line. I don't think they're moving Jackson. Maybe Sterling might prove to be decent on the left. I don't think so, but I think you should keep him where he is, being direct as a right-hand side. Lower this guy's IQ down to a minimum. All you've got to do is use your speed, take on the man, and get some chance in the box. You need some late runners. They need a left winger, if anything.
But that's what. But here's the thing. I spoke on this the other day.
But Sterling can do that, though.
No, Sterling can, but he's not right.
Not on the left, though.
What they've proven so far this season is on the right, bro. He can, but he's better on the right. Even if you look at his time at City, he was better on the right with Sane on the left. Right, they've got that cooking, right, and on the left, Chilwell's not working. So I do think, look, you're right. If there's no good left wingers that they want, they could play Sterling there and play Raphinha on the right. But then is that them basically saying that Mudryk is not the one? Is that them ultimately going, all right, we give up on him? This potential after a couple of months, we're not here.
No, but that's why they're looking for right wingers, not left wingers, because Mudryk's the truth, isn't it?
So then Sterling doesn't play. And look, do you know what? They're looking for backup. So I understand what they're doing. But for me at the moment, they need a 10. They need a 10 at the moment for me.
They can sell Mudryk for half the price and tell us we're good in sales. It's all right. It's okay, bro. It's okay.
Mudryk has saved his country, bro. His life is sorted, bro.
Right. But about Raphinha, Cass, you actually said he's overrated. Being overrated doesn't mean he's bad. But last year, every time I watched Barcelona, he was okay. In a team that scores a lot of goals and won a lot of games, he scored 7 goals and had 7 assists. Look at Saka, Martinelli. Look at Foden. Look at Rashford. These are if you wanna be at the top, you have to sign the top. Raphinha was at Leeds, was good. A big fish in a small pond, or whatever you say. When he went to Barcelona, he was all right. He's a good player, but not like the fantastic player. If Chelsea want to move forward, they already have Sterling on the right. You sign someone better. You don't get Raphinha, because Raphinha is going to cost them 70, 80 million, guys. At least, right?
I don't understand Raphinha. I don't know about you, but I saw Chilwell play left wing. That's an issue.
Sorry, can I just address something in the chat? Mad Hatter and Majis, I think it is, having a debate about me being maybe a bit too humble, making Arsenal think we fear them. Right?
Yeah, I saw that.
Kunle, you speak to me regularly, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think I remotely fear your club?
Nah, you don't fear us at all, mate.
People don't watch 1 or 2 shows. A lot of you are in it very regularly. You see how I speak to Arsenal content creators, yeah? No disrespect to none of them, yeah? No. However, I also am not thick that think Manchester City can win every single damn game, yeah? And also can win a title doing handstands and all of that, yeah? We have to respect people. Now, if you not think that I fear Arsenal, or any Arsenal fans think I fear them, yeah? I'm very clear with what I fear. I fear Manchester City not being the best Manchester City, and that is it. Anyway,
and the Liverpool comeback.
I'm so annoyed that you can say that, Daps, and I know
That's
it's true as well. I'm so annoyed by it. I wish you were lying.
Well, what are we saying then? What are we saying then?
Literally.
For now.
I saw another name.
When you hit puberty, we'll readdress it. But
I saw them linked with Ferran Torres.
Yeah, I've seen that as well. That's mad.
I can't see it with the way he started in Barca this season, you know.
Yeah, that's a stinky one though, man. I can't is that going to be your left? They're looking at right. I don't understand why they're looking at right wingers right now when Sterling kind of reinvented that spot.
Because they're a mess, Kaz. They don't know what's going on, bro.
Or something like that. I know he's
They
injured.
don't know what they're doing.
Look, what Chelsea are doing?
He's a cowboy. That's
They're
why.
linked to Smith Rowe. They're linked to Smith.
Can you imagine the audacity? They're not getting Smith Rowe,
I think
bro.
it's a good move. They could do with a Smith Rowe.
I actually think it suits
60,
him. It suits
80
Arsenal.
M, bro. About 60, bro. 80.
Listen,
He's going to Chelsea. ATM, bro.
I rate Smith Rowe. The guy cannot get a minute. What are you talking about? 80? Cannot get a minute.
ATM to Chelsea
is higher
80.
in the picking order. Come on, Kunle.
Bro, to Chelsea, 80 million, bro.
Yeah,
you heard me. I did not start.
Vieira's finna cook this season, though.
I asked him at the beginning of the season.
Fabio Vieira's finna cook.
Fabio Vieira has.
Fabio
I
Vieira's
asked
gonna
if Fabio Vieira has.
whatever.
Do you know what? I would say? What I'd say on Smith Rowe.
Amen.
I'm telling you, I was there. I'm telling you, I was there at the Emirates on Saturday.
And Anthony's going to be a success at Man United.
Hold on, go on, toss him. What are you saying?
I've never seen that type of Fabio Vieira. Like, I'm not talking about his impact. His gesticulating. The guy wanted the ball. Like, I've not seen that since we've signed him. Like,
can I just speak
on to do something in the pitch.
on Smith Rowe quickly? Why Smith Rowe could have some legs? Maybe not to Chelsea, but firstly,
definitely not to Chelsea.
Last season, he was injured. He came back from injury. He didn't get in the team. I get why. You couldn't bring him in business end of the season. In the summer, he's had a great Euros, I think it was. One of the best players for England under 21s. And obviously, I would imagine he thought, right, now I'm going to kick on at Arsenal. Havertz has landed. And since then, he's hardly featured, right? He looks more physical than me. He looks bigger than Havertz. He looks like... So if I'm looking at him at his age right now, I'm thinking, after the summer I've had, do I need to maybe a loan? Brighton or something like that. Do I need a loan? Yeah. Now, Arsenal right now, I believe, before the transfer window closes, you need to go back in the market for at least one defender, whether it be left-sided, right-sided, for me, right? Could this be another way just to get that little bit more money? And you've got enough midfield options. Could this not be some money being brought in? And I'm not saying to Chelsea, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see Smith Rowe leave. It might be on a loan, but leave this summer.
I can't see us selling him.
That's Cole Palmer.
The loan is an option.
Arteta wants to keep him.
Yeah.
What's the point if you're never going to
He's
play
not
him?
playing him.
No, but look. What I will say.
Games in.
Yeah, what I will say is
it's a long season.
There was a time where everyone did this when it came to Martinelli, how he was not really getting in the team, and when he kept coming back, he kept getting quick injuries, and Arteta left him out for time. No one could understand it, but now he's not that injury-prone player. He's ready to go. So I'm hoping that's the same training program he's putting the ESR on. I see him operating majority through the middle, whether that's as the 10 with a different option to Odegaard or as the 8. I still think he's got a big career. Though they wouldn't have given him the number 10 role. But I think Daps is right. Potentially, I think we'll keep him till January. And if he's not getting a look in, I think maybe we'll send him on a half-season loan in January. Then we go again in summer.
Or even a half-season loan now, because I think this isn't just about what you lot want. This will be about Smith Rowe as well as him saying, guys,
fair.
Because he could even convince Arteta saying, look, yeah, I understand. I haven't had enough game time. Let me go and get game time. Give me 6 months. Let me go and not to a championship. Let me go to a Premier League team on loan. A lot of Premier League teams would take Smith Rowe. And to be fair, it makes sense. He gets goals. It makes sense at Chelsea. But I doubt that would happen. But let me have a loan for 6 months, prove myself, get my match fitness, and then let's readdress it in January. So, but I just think it's one of them ones that I would not be surprised to see it before the transfer window closes.
I don't know about this, man. I think if he goes to Chelsea, he's gonna cook. He's gonna cook. I think
goals from him, bro. We'll get goals from him.
I just think he suits the way they need to play. Left wing at times, if need be. Centre mid, the advanced 8 next to Enzo. He's got good legs. Like, I just feel like with what we know of Arteta, he's stubborn. He doesn't really change his lineup too much. And I've seen if Havertz don't play there, he puts Trossard there. And his best front, if Havertz saying then he's going to change his system up or whatever, then it's going to be Partey, Rice, Odegaard. And then guess what? Havertz comes on, or Fabio Portuguese eyelash Vieira comes on, or whoever else Trossard comes on and fills in there. I don't think he actually It's just like us when we were keeping players in and not loaning them out. For what reason? Pelestri, what was the point of keeping him? You didn't play. You played him like 2 cup games in moments. So I think he definitely. I think Smith Rowe should probably get more game time. I don't think they needed no. Havertz,
He's better than Havertz, man. So I don't get it.
Exactly, man. Like, come on, man. He suits. If you used to play that system with a Smith Rowe, it makes way more sense for me. He's a beast.
It's true. That I agree.
Yeah, this is on Arteta, man. This is what you wanted.
We'll
man.
see. That's these next 4 or 5 days.
6 more games for me.
It's gonna be
Man.
interesting.
Yeah,
New
Havertz has 6 more
predictions
games.
next week, people. New predictions after the transfer window shuts, because I'm expecting busy 3 days, to be honest. Especially with Chelsea. Another 200 million.
Are you not doing a deadline day show?
No, man. I don't know what Ty's on about. You think I'm gonna go live while Saeed, top 6, all the other
everybody in the world.
At the same time. Does this channel operate?
And do you know, it's a pity because I'm going up to Manchester Thursday night, and I even offered to go and wait outside City's training ground, like, and literally go, nah, the lights are off, everyone's gone home, nothing's happening, and then dip back to the hotel. But nah, we'll see. I think it's going to be a strong 4 days, though. I think Arsenal are going to get a lot more active in the window. I think Arsenal 2 more players come in. I think.
This Chelsea fan
saying Kukurea and Emil Smith Rowe swap deal. I'll be there. So what? I'm sorry. Why you're laughing?
No thanks.
That's Man U's boy, man. Man U got Kukurea, man.
I don't know why you're laughing. I think he's a good player.
I've actually seen Eric Garcia being linked with Arsenal.
Yeah, a loan deal. I see. I don't mind the loan deal, man. I don't rate him, but it's a loan. I don't rate him.
Don't you dare start laughing at Kukurea when you're playing this back three thing, but you're okay to have an Eric Garcia. Make it.
It's a loan, bro. It's a loan. I think he's dead, but it's a loan.
Kunle, you just started laughing at Kukurea going up to.
I don't want Kukurea.
He's what? Eric Garcia.
I don't think he wants Garcia either.
Literally, what La Liga champion, Eric?
So you wouldn't take? You telling me you wouldn't take Kukurea on loan?
Nope.
But you're taking Eric Garcia. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
I don't want either of them, bro. I don't want either of them.
Tosin, are you thinking about Garcia?
I was thinking about Kukurea.
I get it. I get it fully.
Nah.
Think about it, yeah. Don't think about the Chelsea version.
I was thinking about it, but nah.
Don't think about the Chelsea version, right? Think about the Brighton version, because they ain't like a Havertz or a Mount. They were at the club for years, and we know what they're going to produce already, right? Think about the Kukurea that was at Brighton and how bad everyone was at Chelsea. You can't look how bad Basuma was last year, and look at it now. Clearly, the way Poch plays, he's a flying fullback. I look at Kukurea as either a wing back or not a fullback. But I think if you think of a profile that, say Arteta wants to play this back three kind of inverted kind of thing, right? Kukurea inverted actually makes so much sense technically, right? And even when you want to play as a free back, he gives you another option. If you continue to play
hey, I can tell Kaz has been having debates about this with his Man U fans, man. Look how he's selling it.
I don't see Kukurea inverted. He needs to stay on the flanks.
I don't even like my own fan base, let alone talk to them about Man United. So why am I going to talk to them? I haven't talked to none of them. I just said the profile makes sense for what you want to do as a system. Especially Ten Hag wants to invert the left back. I'm taking Kukurea that way because that means Maguire goes 6th choice and Luke Shaw comes in as 4th choice or back up to the side. Or 2 left backs. I'm good.
I don't
Maguire's with Ham Bond this week. You'll see it.
Hopefully, inshallah, man. Can't wait, man. Get that proposal out. He's a piece of shit.
Wow.
He will cook, but the thing is, Maguire will do 6 for West Ham. And you know what?
Under Moyes,
Under Moyes, that industrial football. If there's any team that looks settled in the league, I said it to Daps earlier and Joe and Potts. The most settled team in the league is West Ham. When you think of the way they play and their ideas putting onto the pitch, we know what you're gonna get. Nobody else started great. So when Mo was saying about Arsenal, they ain't great in 3 performances. Guess what? Man City ain't been great in a few performances for their standards. Man United haven't. Nobody has. Right?
West Ham did. West Ham.
Yeah, we were talking about Newcastle looking great and Brighton looking great. Guess what? They get slapped up. The only team that looks actually settled in their version of the way they want to play is West Ham right now. And they got some good borders.
Bro, sorry. City looked settled, bro. Come on. Let's not do City.
Tottenham look good. And City look settled.
City look settled, bro. They look settled.
But I said for your standards.
For our standards in August, we look fucking settled.
You know what? To be fair, fair case. Fair case.
3 games on the bus.
Yeah,
well, 4 games actually. Remember, City have played 4 games as well.
I'm not talking about
5 if you include the community shield.
I'm not talking about the result. I'm talking about performance level. That's what I'm kind of basing off of the first 3 games. That's it. Nothing more. Not the result.
Yeah. I hear you, but like I said, for me, City, with how we've played so far, the number of games we've had to play, the fact the injuries we've had, and the changes to our team, I think we look pretty settled, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Kovacic, now Mattheus Nunes. Yeah, good luck getting the ball, man. Pin back
That's
days
a
of
good
City.
signing.
Long thing, bro. It's long, bro.
The days you get pinned back by City properly, yeah, is coming back. And see that defense of that 5, that's going right up the pitch, mate. They got Vardy to cover in pace as well. Don't even whatever,
They're
man.
conceding 14 goals this year.
Don't know about that, bro.
14 goals this year, bro. I did the math. I did the math.
Arsenal's record, didn't it?
Math is mathing, Daps. The math is mathing.
Nah, that was
Daps.
Chelsea. That's Chelsea's record, bro. It's Chelsea's record.
15.
Yeah, 15
goals,
Chelsea's.
bro.
Ours
It's
is
14
17.
this year.
Nah, I don't know about that, and I don't care about that. To be fair.
Triple done. Centurion done.
It's 4P. 4P. That's what we need. The 4P is on.
But he wouldn't say no to the unbeaten one.
Well, them. I want the 4P, and I want to retain the Champions League. That's what I want. The rest, they're great. I'll take as many as you want to go, but they're the ones that don't care about the rest. The 4P and the retain the Champions League. That's what I want.
Last super shot. Liverpool ain't winning. Liverpool ain't winning the league. They are 1 or 2 injuries away from panic station. Late to the party, but just tuned in, liked as well. Thank you so much, Tim. We'll see how it is. Gomez looked okay. To wrap it up about Liverpool, Gomez looked okay. But people, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to check out One Touch TV. Of course, they provide an Arsenal content and all other football as well. Tosin, I'm not sure if he has a channel or not.
Fleet-footed.
It's in the description.
I do.
Where can people find you, bro?
Description below.
Yeah. Description. Sorry, guys.
It's in the description. It's fleet. If you want to search it, it's fleet-footed. It's fleet-footed.
Tosin, don't kill me, I beg.
This guy is unapologetic and funny.
Enigma saying Arsenal will slap City right now. Plus, they are boring.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, that's what you said to that one. Thanks for the super chat. We'll keep it pushing.
People, thank you so
much. By the way, we're going to talk more on City tomorrow afternoon with Don and stuff and Chelsea and Rory. Mix it up properly and we'll talk about Nunes. I know we didn't get to it, but I'm tired, man.
And there's going to be a lot of news tomorrow for you lot to talk on. I guarantee you.
Blame Big Six for going for so long, man. Wait, man. No offense to your brother.
Guys, hit that like button, people, before you go. And thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Everyone. Bless up, bro. Take it easy.
See you guys. Bye.